Hey folks, welcome to the channel. Due to a comment on the other Haven video, we're going to do a quick down and dirty video on how to set up and tear down the Haven XL, just to make things a little bit easier for everybody. Also, full disclosure, we are now an affiliate with Haven, meaning if you go in the description down below, you will find a link to their site. If you use that link when you go to purchase products, we will get a small kickback, which I can then use for more content on this channel. If I have any discount codes, I'll have that down below also for you. And as always, affiliations are not going to affect the content on this channel and never will. I'd rather lose money than be swayed by any companies with their products or kickbacks. So, any further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so we got all the components in here. Now, keep in mind, this is my third year running this thing, so I don't exactly remember how it came, but I'm pretty sure it came in the individual components when you get it the first time. So this is going to be your sleeping pad. Just kind of set that to the side. Open up your main bag here. Wow, this thing's kind of tough. All right, so when you first get it, you're going to have different straps, which kind of suck. Get different straps, longer ones like these. These are just ones I had laying around. You can get better straps than what it comes with. That's what I did. So you'll have the straps. Then you'll have the hammock in here, and then here's your goodie pouch. That's going to be your stakes and your spreader bar. Set that aside. We'll deal with that in a minute. So you're going to want to have your tent and your straps. And let's start with the first part of this. All right, so we'll take a look at the first strap here. You'll notice that one end, this one, doesn't have a bunch of loops in it. Just a single loop on the end. Versus the other half of the strap, which is a bunch of loops. That's because this one is one that goes around the tree. So let's do that. Get close, hug a tree, be happy, live life, get out in the woods. There we go. All right, you're going to take your tail here, you're going to pull it right through the first loop, like so. You're going to get it tight. Now that's on the tree. You can raise it up a little bit if you need to. I'm going to do that now because I already know I need to. All right, kind of get it tight. You're going to see, you can't see it on your screen, but there's another tree over here. I'm kind of lining it up with that tree. So now we got our tail hanging off. We'll do that on the other side over there. So when you get it the first time, it may or may not be set up like this, because I think that the rain fly and the body of the hammock are separate pieces when you first get it. But regardless, this is what you want it to look like on the top. So you see these two carabiners? That's both ends of the Haven tent. This is where it clips onto those straps we put on the trees. So I'll show you why this is really awesome here in a second. Let's get a different view. You can see me put it up on the straps. All right, so here we go. Those two ends we were talking about a second ago, they're right here. Pick one, whichever one you want, and declip it from the other one. Right, so we got that guy. When you look at it, you can tell which side is up because the guy line is always covered by the rain fly. So I can look at it immediately and know that this is facing the ground. So that means I want to do it like that. So let's do that. I'm going to pick a loop that I think is about right. A little low, a little high, don't really matter that much. I'm going to clip it onto my loop. All right, now that's attached there. I'm going to grab the other end, this end, and I'm going to grab the bottom here, the bottom of the bag, and all I'm going to do is just walk towards the other tree and watch it come out. Ain't that sweet? All right, so you can tell it's not twisted. The ridge is flat, so we're good to go. Now all I need to do is just stick it on the other end here. Don't worry, this is not the point where you get your tension and everything. This is just you getting it ready to go because we got other stuff to do first. Then we'll retension it and raise it up if we need to. So that's going to be next. All right, next step. Grab your goodie bag. Grab the sleeping pad. Drop the sleeping pad. Now open up your goodie bag and grab those spreader bars and grab those stakes out of there. What we're going to do is we're going to set up the spreader bars and we're going to throw the stakes down in the corners approximately where they need to go. So, open this little guy up. There's my spreader bars. We'll tuck underneath the arm there. There's my stakes. I know I'm going to have a stake somewhere over there. I'm going to stake somewhere over there, so I'm going to throw that one over there. Another one over on that side, and another one over there. Okay, those are out of the way. Now my goodie bag, I can throw that on the ground too. Don't need it right now. Spreader bars, that one's ready to go. That one's ready to go. Put them in the tent. I'm going to get this little flap out of the way because it's annoying when you're setting up. There we go. Unzip it. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. That little guy in there. All right. There's pockets in here. So let's stick that in one pocket on that side, and then it has this another pocket on this side. Good to go there. Next one, same thing on this end. Open that up. It may be a little sticky like this one. I put it away. I guess it must have had a little bit of humidity in there. This is fine. Doesn't stink or nothing. It just is a little sticky. It's all good. Shove this one in the pockets as well. All right, so that's good to go. Ignore your stakes for a second. They're just over where you need them in a minute. Now, blow up your air mat. Now, I do not use the bag because it's really irritating, because they're like, oh yeah, fill it with air and squeeze it, and it never works right. This is my pillow. So I just fill it with my mouth. You only have to do it once, so I don't know, have fun, get lightheaded every once in a while. All right, let's blow this up. I'm not going to show you that. That's boring. All right, so now due to YouTube magic, this thing blew itself up. I'm definitely not one beer and a few breaths of air into this thing. So, now let's throw it in there. I'm going to grab my little bag. I'm going to throw it in one of the awesome little pouches they got. My pillow's going up there too. Get out of the way. Grab this guy. Throw it in. And when you do this, also my other video, I show more in depth on the little ins and outs, but there's corner pockets. Shove the corners of the mat into the corner pockets. There we go. Now she's in. Now I'm going to grab my other bag I threw on the ground and throw that in there too. This time I would also blow up my little pillow, but I'm not doing that today. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is zip this up. Another little tidbit I have not mentioned it in my videos. Get a bar of soap and rub it on the zipper here to help keep this thing running smooth over time. This is my third year running this, and I did notice that it was getting a little rough. Rubbed soap on it. Worked out just fine. All right, so everything's back in this position. So what do we do now? Now we're going to adjust our straps, our tension, our height to get it right where we want it. So when we're looking for that is we're looking for this thing to be about waist high, maybe mid-thigh, somewhere in this general vicinity. Because when you lie in there, it's going to sag, but you want enough space off the ground so you're comfortable. So, and you want your head higher than your feet. So pick an end that you're going to sleep in, like your head's going to be on, and make that higher than the other end. So let's do that. Get that strap out of the way. I'm going to bring it up really just one more notch, and I think that would be good. I like that. And of course you want it as tight as you can, and if it's not quite tight enough, you can always move the straps up, bring them down, have a buddy help you pull it tighter. I could probably get one more loop out of this if I really wanted to, but we're fine for this demonstration. So, where my head would be is high enough, my feet are where I want them, the height is about perfect. You can see that right there. So I can still sit in it, not have to climb into it or climb out of it. Good to go. Now we're going to do stakes. So that's pretty straightforward. You already threw your stakes over in the corners where they're going to go. All you got to do is stake them down, each corner, and then pull your cam lock here. If I untwist this, you have a little cam lock, which allows you to adjust your tension. So just grab it, tilt it, pull it up. That allows you to make it tighter. Tilt it up, pull it down, allows you to loosen it. Because as things settle, they stretch out, and things get wet, they stretch out. So this allows you to keep tension where you want it. It's pretty nice. So that's next. Okay, so this is fully set up. As you see, we have the guy lines here, there, on the other corner over there, and over there. I have them tensioned down. When you go to set this up for the first time, as I said earlier, I don't think these are connected to each other yet. So this is what it's going to look like. See how that goes through the rain fly there? These two slits that are cut in up here on both sides. That allows the carabiner to go through the rain fly. You see that? That also protects your main line here that goes through the inside from getting wet. Meaning rain runs down your strap, hits this, runs down here, and drips onto the ground instead of it getting all on top of you and inside. So that's what that'll look like. And again, these carabiners do not come with it. I put this on myself. So that's what she looks like set up. Let's take a look at the inside here. A little walk around. All right, so as you can see, the rain fly sits above the main line that's inside. That's also part of why that waterproofness is, what I was talking about earlier. When you're like in Minnesota here, at night, when it's 30-something degrees, and during the daytime it's warm, as you're sleeping, things condensate. And that means that when you're lying here, I can't do both. So when you lie in here, it weighs down like this. See that? See how the top of the tent isn't touching the rain fly? What's nice about that is the condensation from you breathing runs down this and drips to the outside instead of dripping on top of you inside, which is extremely irritating. So you don't have that problem. And of course, it also means that because this main line is inside, it means that when you're hanging your pack off of it, you don't have to go out into the bugs to get into things. You can just keep your stuff in the pack or whatever you want and hang it on the line, and you can slide it wherever you want, down by your feet, up by your head, wherever. So this is what she looks like all set up. So you got your spreader bars there, mattress is in, other spreader bar there. That's what the other end looks like. So it's really simple. Make sure you check out the other video that goes into the more in-depth on everything with this. But this is what your setup looks like. There she is. Okay, so now let's tear it down. All right, so tear down is pretty much the inverse, and I can just show you that. So we're going to start, of course, with the stakes. I'm just going to pop those out. I'm going to throw that over because I want room to work. We'll pop the other one out. I know you can't see this, but it's pretty straightforward here. Throw that over because I want room to work. And I'm holding the stakes in my hand. I'm not leaving them on the ground because that's how you forget your stakes. And when you go to set this up next time and you realize you're missing one, that kind of is not a good day. So, there we go. Got my 4 stakes in my hand. Steak, that's what's for dinner. All right, so grab my bag out of there. This is the tent bag. I'm gonna set that on there. And then I have the mattress bag and the goodie bag. I'm gonna just do this right now, especially if it's windy. Go like that. Now, I don't gotta worry about it. I'm gonna throw it in there for a moment. Now, when you do this, it is easiest to leave these things in here, deflate the mattress while it's inside of here, and then because it's at a working height, like, waist-ish level, you can fold the mattress up and roll it up and everything using this tent kind of like a shelf or a table, because it's at the right height. So it makes it a lot easier than trying to do it on the ground. Also keeps it cleaner. So do it in here. I'll do that so you don't have to watch it. It's really boring to watch. All right. Now, again, due to the magic of cameras, this thing packed itself up. Did not take a beer or any breaths. So all I got to do now is grab my little pillow, which I did not set up. Throw it right in the top of my mattress bag. Now, what is something that Haven does, which I greatly appreciate, is their packaging leaves plenty of space so you can shove things in there and not be fighting trying to getting the whole thing together back in the packaging. They give you space. You have clinch straps. You can tighten it up when you need. So kudos to them on that one. Okay, so mattress out of the way. All right. Next, we're going to do spreader bars. We already got our stakes in here. So we'll grab the spreader bars out of there. There's one. Throw that in there. There's 2. Nunchuck. All right. That's in there. I'm going to drop that, get that out of the way. Grab my bag, zip this bad boy up, flip this back over. Now, once you set this up for the first time, when you get it, you should never have to set it up again, meaning it's all together, right, in one piece. So putting it away is actually probably the easiest part of the whole thing. So, got my bag. What I'm going to do, this is the important part, pay attention. I'm going to unclip it from the foot end. I always do the foot end because consistency. And I'm going to bring it in up to here. And I'm going to clip it back onto the other carabiner there. How it was when we pulled it out of the bag. Now, I'm going to walk away from it, pull it towards me, and look at that. There is the halfway point because it's folded in half. Now all I got to do is very unceremoniously shove it into the bag. Everything just right into this thing. Make sure it's loose first. That probably helps, huh? All right, bag's loose. Oh, let's see how quick I can do this. No pressure. I've only been using it for 3 years. It's really, one thing that slows you down sometimes is you get your hand caught up in the guy lines. Don't worry. You can let all that stuff hang there. It might get in the way a little bit as you roll it up, but it's not really that big a deal. You just, like I said, shove it all in here. There we go. There's my guy lines kind of all collected into one spot this time, so that's cool. You can see them all right there. I'm just going to shove them in there. Get them out of the way. Get rid of the leaf. There's all the guy lines in there now. Shove the rest in. Like so. All right. Now, it's time to declip from the strap. Right there. Those clips are still together. And right where I want them, on the top. Now, all we have to do is remove the straps and shove those in as well. Right on top of this thing. If you want to roll them up and be all fancy, by all means, go ahead. But like I said earlier, Haven gave you a slightly oversized bag, so you don't got to fiddle around. You can set up, tear down, shove everything in there, and go. I mean, this is so fast and so comfortable. This is the reason why I keep using it. And I've got a lot of tents and different pads, and I just keep going for this thing. All right. There you go. Oh, there's one thing I forgot. This, your goodie bag. Now, if you want to, which you probably should, well, why don't we? Let's tie it up. Help keep things from getting out of it and spilling and whatnot. You know how camping is. If it can go wrong, it will go wrong. So, little knot. Remember how I told you about the oversized bag? All we're going to do is just shove that bad boy in there. Make a little room for it. Okay, there we go. There we go. Everything's in there. Not too bad. You just saw that in real time. And then, of course, you have your other component now. Just this. And it goes on here. You strap it and you cinch it down, and that's it. And there you go, everybody. That is how you set up and tear down, and hopefully quick enough detail, the Haven XL and in turn the other Haven tent products that they have. Any questions? Let me know. Shoot me a line. We're happy to help. And again, if you want to see any other kind of content, whether it's from tools, outdoors, adventures, whatever it might be, you let me know. I'll see if I can accommodate. And do not forget to like, subscribe, and use my links down below. Take care, everybody, and have fun. Stay safe out there.